1. Practice social distancing. 2. Wear your mask when leaving the house. 3. Wash your hands regularly for 20 seconds using our Deck soap. 4. Cover your nose and mouth with a disposable tissue or flex elbow when you cough or sneeze. Choose Deck soap for that extra cleanliness. Deck soap is affordable and available nationwide.
Yes, good afternoon. Rogers like Speedy Gonzalez in the studio here, and you're tuned in to Kaieteur Radio today. And it is the Wake Up Guyana show right here on Kaieteur Radio. It's the end of the week, and there's some, how you say it, there's going to be some bad news today. Well, it's kind of bad news. I got to figure out a couple of things, what I'm going to do. But we're going to have a discussion on that in a very short while. You would have heard there Guyana, and that is sung by no other than the one and only Poonam Singh. And guess what? Poonam is going to be in the office in a very short while in studio here at Kaieteur Radio, and we're going to get her to probably belt a couple of songs. I saw that young lady literally grew up in the eyes of Guyana, starting with the GT&T jingle competition here, and she would have, really made some waves. Took part in that recent virtual concert that would have been held, sponsored by the government, by Minister of Youth and Sports there, Charles Ramson Jr., and he would have overseen it, and it was held over the last, I think, couple of days back. So I want to say good day to wherever you're joining us from. It is October the 2nd. This is the Wake Up Guyana show, and you tuned in to 99.1 in Demerara and Essequibo, 99.5 down in Berbice. Want to say a good day to all, and of course to those persons who daily has they have been with us, joining us from overseas. They have been lending us the support, even all the way down from Norway, even from the Middle East and the U.S. and Canada. They've been with us daily from the BVI right across the Caribbean. Of course, our neighbors here, Suriname, Trinidad, Brazil, and of course, don't forget our beautiful people right across this beautiful land of ours. Can't stop talking about how great this place is. Compare, I was looking at some stories there. Uh, this morning, I woke up to the news of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, a man who dismissed this whole COVID 19. He and the First Lady of the United States of America, they've been tested positive. He's on a lockdown, and the timing of it could not have been even better for probably some people. It is in the height of the election campaign right now for the U.S. Within a couple of weeks, there is going to be elections, and so he's tested positive. Not sure how this is going to affect some of the much anticipated debate and what you would have seen with shouts of shut up and so on. But back in Guyana here, it is the news that affects the people, and there's a couple of things very quickly before we go at 1:30, and we talk a little to Poonam there. Let me tell you that I did receive a visit from a resident of Kaieteur, and this is a place up in the Essequibo area there, few miles from the mouth of the Supernam River there. And Supernam is the area. If you take a speedboat from Purica and you want to go to the Essequibo coast, Supernam is the area that you would land. There is a speedboat place there. So a few miles from that is a place called Kaieteur, and that's a place that Donald Ramond, our former president of Guyana, would have come from. And the people there were complaining. I want to say good day to you. I understand all the way there that the folks have been tuning in to Kaieteur Radio, and especially their favorite show, the Wake Up Guyana show, because they want to hear what is happening and they want to hear what people are concerned about. And this is the place that you would want to be. And they're saying that, look, we are asking for our chairperson in Region 3 I think Mr. Ayub in Shan, to visit us. We want to see him. We want to talk to him. He was in the area. He didn't visit us, but we want to ensure that he comes to us. We want a health post because people are suffering there, a health center that is. And we also want the Minister of Local Government to come so the people has asked Kaieteur Radio, Kaieteur News to talk to the good folks there. I'd probably have a chat there with Minister Nigel Darmlal. Very engaging this morning. That had a few texts back and forth with Minister of Housing Susan Rodriguez. Somebody did ask about going for her to visit. I think it's Prospect New Housing Scheme. The infrastructure there in very, very poor state. I think she says that she wants a number and she's going to go visit there. And then also we would have received a letter all the way from St. Cuthbert's Mission, the Mahaica River. The folks there are hearing us loud and clear. I want to say good day to you. And they're complaining here. A couple of people, persons living in that area, they're complaining about Troy resources. They're saying that they want some attention, and I did speak to a Minister of Labour, and this is Joseph Hamilton this morning, or not too long ago, just after lunch thereabouts, and he says he's in the outer regions at the moment, and so he is preparing to have a meeting with the Troy Resources people there, but he doesn't want to have it outside. He wants to visit that area there, hands-on approach. Nobody's going to come to my office and says, give their side of the story. He wants to be on the ground, talking to people to have a hands-on, to have a clear idea as to what is happening, who's lying, who's not lying. But the people complaining in their letter, which they sent to the minister, and also, strange enough, copy to Leonard Gildarie here, and they're saying that, they're not pleased with the treatment of several workers, but they want the intervention of the Ministry of Labour. The following some concerns and questions. They're talking about severance package for all employees must be reviewed. The company promised to recall former employee when operation resume. We are all permanent employees until closure with clean records. Seems to us that there's a well-orchestrated plan not to rehire us with our department supervisor and fellow employees. And they're saying that the four number of permanent Amerindian employees did not get to rehire to this department at the camp. We're looking forward for a favorable reply and can be available at the time most convenient to you. So the minister did say that he's going to reach them within the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure when he's making that arrangement. So that matter is being looked after there right now. And of course, in the meantime, what I would tell you, remember those 3 persons who would have been killed in the West Babisa area, sparking riots while protest, and then the criminal elements injected themselves. In the meantime, those 3 persons who have died, the police seems no closer to charging anybody. They may have a very clear idea, but getting the evidence in which could hold up in a court of law, they don't have that. So they've started talking to the forensic anthropology team, very well known around the world. They've solved some major cases, so they have started talking to us, and we have to make arrangements for them to come. We've been asking for investigators as well as other help, and they come in and they say they would get this case solved. But they have to come to Guyana, and so we make an arrangement. So the talks have started with them. The Guyana Human Rights Association is involved with the police and so on, seeing how this could happen. In the meantime, let me tell you that the Amazon company has 19,000 workers. This Amazon that you order stuff online, COVID positive in Guyana. We have 85 deaths so far. Yesterday, 2 more was announced by the Ministry of Health, and this is 2 more within the Region 4 thing. This morning, I was driving along the East Bank. I would look over to a minibus and see this young lady in the minibus sitting down, and she had no mask, so I signaled to her, you need to put on a mask, and she looked at me, and she shrugged her shoulder, and says, who the hell is this guy talking to? And that is the kind of thing. In the meantime, we have our Kaieteur News front page here, and that has some dealings here also with the COVID-19, and very quickly, let's get into it, because we want to open these lines. I want to ensure that we have these lines open so we could be able to do our thing. And this is the front page of the Guyana's largest selling daily newspaper, Kaieteur News. And this is what it has to say today, October the 2nd, 2020. Keeping corruption at bay. Let all contracts of the oil sector for the oil sector be subjected to a competitive process. And this is an export. And of course, you just can't come here and I'm partner with you. This is a story. Guyana owns the property that's there, those blocks and everything, and we've given it to ExxonMobil to do what it got to do, and we part of it because we share in the profits and so on. We have no say in who they decide to hire, how much they decide to pay them. They just hand us a bill, and that's what you have to sit with. So Guyana is saying, all contracts for the oil sector, whether you got to build one of those floating platforms, whether you got to build something else, whatever it is that you're doing, let us have a say in that. Let's have a look at it. In fact, they're asking here, the export is saying, let us have a competitive process in which at the very least, that we could be able to know that, the price could probably be something better than you just handing us a bill. Competition in the procurement side of things, when you have that, very clearly it could make you get better prices and so on. And that's very clear in the interest of transparency and accountability there. ExxonMobil awards over $1 billion. The two stories are linked, over $1 billion in Payara development contracts. And you recall earlier this week, as soon as the Payara development, third phase development was signed, this ExxonMobil went ahead and issued $1 billion right away. You would know that this third phase of the project is $9 billion. So they've gone ahead, they're ramping it up. This gives you a very, very clear idea what Guyana means to ExxonMobil, one time one of the biggest companies in the entire world. It still is, but what they are having now is finding that their value plunged from about 500 billion US dollars to just over 100 million US dollars. So that means something is going on with that company, and it gives you an idea of the value of Guyana to them. Guyana prepares for airport reopening. Very good news that we're having here. You would know that they've also lifted some of those the curfew. The timing now is from 9 to 4, and like I did warn yesterday, it's not a license for you to do what you have to do. Those are just measures to facilitate the opening of business. It's not for you to go into the rum shop and to be drinking. Pick up your beers, pick up your rum, go somewhere else in your home, in your room by yourself and drink it. Do not stay at the rum shop. We know that the temptation is going to be there. You might want to do your stuff there, but you can't. That's not really allowed. And in fact, I understand that there is going to be the release of several more army and police officers just to monitor what is happening on the seawalls and around the place. So that is what I understand. So passengers are mandated to do second PCR test. This is second COVID-19 test. Once the first one that they were submitted to the airline has exceeded 72 hours. So if you come here and it's exceeded that, they're going to do another test on you. But if you test positive, you can't be allowed into the country. You have to have a negative test. So that's a starting point. Men escape with gunshot wounds fall in an ambush at the Esquimo Hotel. Strange case. You're doing there and then you come out and people start busting shots at you. That's the story there. Something seems not to be meeting the eye here. Region 4 chalks up 2 more COVID deaths. Region 4 rather. And this is something I'm really, really worried about. The numbers keep rising, and our people just keep doing the madness that they're doing. It is foolhardy. You prefer to be in a hospital, but you don't want to be at home. I think somebody would have written something that sounds very catchy. You prefer to have a ventilator in your throat, or you prefer to drink a beer? What is it that you want in life? So if you continue to do that, that's where you're going to be. And these persons here, it doesn't matter. We would have seen some very tender age of people being affected with COVID, dying, 30 something. We had big businessmen and everybody would have passed away. Strong people when you look at them, but they had underlying conditions. So you could be very strong if you have something that's affecting you, maybe diabetes or whatever as it is. It could bring it on and multiply that tenfold and make your situation, your heart gives away after a little while. And that's what it is. And so local content panel to produce forest report by November. Good news, we have to get these things up and running, and so let us see what happened. They continuously talk about what we could get locally. It's not as big as what we could get from our oil thing if we manage to claw back some of those and get a better deal if we negotiate. But it is a starting point. Every little thing that we could get, that's what we need for the development of this country, so we don't have to be begging all over the place for people. Then Amsel man accused of letting brother die in Trent, slapped to the manslaughter charges, sad affair. People drinking, grabbing each other, and this man died. Adam Harris takes stand in defense of them boys, said this is a Cayenne's libel suit. Kaieteur News reports on itself. They're interesting story there. I like that. Kaieteur News don't care. They make sure that they bring the news to the people as it is, without any icing on the cake, and that's what I like too. Mr. Glenn Lyle, how are you doing, sir? Curfew adjusted from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Good move. Let's see where that goes. It is not about the curfew. It's about our peoples and their decision to protect themselves. It calls for discipline. It calls for some very strong character. When you see things happen, you say, don't bring it here. We don't want that. 29 companies submit proposals to market Guyana's oil. 14 of them they have track record that is not so very good. 8 are new applicants. So we are going to continue to follow this situation, because this is one way in which we could be shafted. This is one way in which there could be corruption, and we got to make sure that we know the people who are coming in to be able to deal with that, with the marketing of our share of oil from the Starbuck block there. The PPP sees Grand Payara betrayal. This is a commentary in the front page there, and of course criticism being leveled again with regards to the handling of this entire. Here's an opportunity for us to have been able to get something back. Did we do it? Did we do enough? That's a big question there. And of course, the answer is that definitely not. Yesterday, Night Shelter to have triage unit, active kitchen. And this is the Minister of Human Services, Dr. Vindhya Prasad. She would have said the night shelter, which is a place that people could seek some help and so on if they're in some dire situation there. She's hoping to have a 24 hours kitchen at that place there. In addition to that, they're going to have persons there. If you have mental issues, they're going to have some professionals there to work with you. And this is all very good. This is how developing countries work. So I kind of like these kind of statements that are coming out, these kind of developments that's happening. Nisa Gopal appeal case set for October the 19th. These were the persons that were handed scores and scores of years for the killing of a teenager. The mother was charged and jailed because she was found to be present when her daughter was being murdered, and they took the body and dumped it up the highway. I think it was with the intervention of Mr. Glenn Lal and others who went, and in fact I think it is Glenn that found the body of the girl sunk in a creek. It was sunk with a dumbbell, and it so happens that the boyfriend of the mother was a weightlifter, and so that's how they were able to solve the case, and in due course they were sentenced to years and years. They've appealed it. This is a case that shocked Guyana because of the brutality in it, the fact that the mother was involved. Now we have to say allegedly, not sure. And of course, let me see, hundreds apply for lands falling success stand-up. People would have turned up yesterday. And this is something, people need lands and things like that. Should Gildarie pick himself up and just go anywhere and squat and say that belongs to me? That's not how it works. There's a system. If we do that, that's what descends our land into chaos. There's a system and procedure. We can't say, I look across by my neighbor. He has a big land. Let me take a piece of his. We see that government has resolved it. Let me go and do that. There's a problem in Diamond right now. There's an entire trench behind the tree banks can't be cleared because of how the houses are there. And so nobody wants to remove the fence or anything. And these are the problems that are associated with squatting. So when you have people just going and take over sugarcane lands and doing whatever, they need lands. 50,000 plus applications. The Ministry of Housing and Central Housing and Planning dropped the ball the last couple of years. They should have been working with people and not have it there. But at the same time, You can't do nothing illegal. That's something that we should not be doing in this country here. And so that is in it in a nutshell for you people here. And so we are going to wait, Poonam. But in the meantime, while we're doing that, let me just tell you that I was supposed to go off on leave for coming Monday, and in fact, I should be going. I'm trying to battle whether how we could continue the show because I have to do something that is very, very important health wise. And I was supposed to be off for 3 weeks, but I don't want to miss you guys. I don't want to come off the show. We have to find a way of making that work. So I'd have to continue talking. Whether it's somebody there's gonna be, I think Raj in the studio this morning. There was a big birthday party happening. It's Joshua Van Slightman's birthday party. He is celebrating his 53rd birthday. I think it is. It is his 53rd birthday, Raj. He said 16th. And they were strumming guitars, Shabani and the others strumming guitars, singing Indian melodious tunes in the studio here. So I want to say good day there to Joshua Van Slightman. Happy 53rd birthday, sir. Wherever it is, I saw a big cake in one of the departments there. Please bring it downstairs. I think the last time Riaz left the pine. This time leave the cake downstairs because that's what we do there. We eat. After working hard, you eat. So I want to say good day to everybody who tuned in today. It's Friday. It's Friday, October the 3rd, and you are on to the Wake Up Guyana show. Well, let me tell you, let's start this day off. It's a very happy day for me, and if you see what I have in my hands here today, some persons who are listening might not be able to see. I have a Alcatel Wi-Fi tablet, Alcatel 1T7. Guess what? Compliments of Game Express and Mr. C. Prasad Dental Clinic. I want to say good day to Audie Hendricks. How are you doing, my friend? And of course to my friend there, Kobe Anand Prasad. They've made it possible by reaching out. And we've been doing things very, very quietly for people. We've not been saying anything. We haven't been taking any pictures. But very quietly, a couple of families, very desperate, very, very desperate. And let me tell you, we didn't just give it out. We shortlisted. Now, today, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you guys to do. You guys are going to pick up the phone and you're going to start texting 6222222. You got to give me those stories. We want to hear about your desperation story that is happening there. Children, where you located, and how we going to get this tablet down to you. You'd have to probably come and pick it up because I can't travel right now. But I want you guys to call, not call, to text. Do not text me. You text 6222222. And I want to hear your story. And based on that, a team of us at Kaieteur Radio here, along with the Body Boy and Raj. Raj is a very fair person, unlike Gildarie. It could be a little unfair at times. So he's going to make sure that this thing is all covered. And we want to give this to a family, because there's a lot of desperate. There's 170 something, I think 180 something thousand students in Guyana. Can't look after everybody, but what we could do is put some smiles onto the face of maybe one family. If we could start this world, if we could do something every single day that is going to make this world a better place, and we could start one step at a time, maybe one family at a time, that is something that's going to make me very happy, make that family happy, make Guyana a better place. It's just one act that it takes, and so that's what we want to do. We have some other people that we're talking to, and they're coming on board very, very, slowly. It's been a tough time for everybody. So let us see what happens. So it's 6222222. Let us get those stories in. We want to hear about your situation, so we could be able to give this one family that. In the meantime, what is it that we want to say? Let me see some messages that is coming in here. So in the meantime, it is the CARICOM General Insurance, and they've been with us, listening to us every single day. The staff was there, Mr. Joshua Safik and the rest of the good folks. No, Mr. Sason Ryan Kaulasar was there too. I'm not sure if he's there. I understand that he's become a key member of the Go Invest team there. So CARICOM General Insurance, a better value for better protection. Get your ship and cargo covered with us today. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc. at 121 Regent and Arnock Street to better serve you. You can now purchase your insurance online from the comfort of your home. Telephone 225-1787 or 269-0020. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc. In the meantime, let us see. You know what we're going to do today? We're going to change this thing all up. Let us see whether we can to go straight to the lines. 226-7453. Do not call me and ask me for anything. What I could do for you, we could talk about issues. Anything to do with, how you say it, with a tablet there, we're going to want to see those texts because there's a team who's going to be choosing you guys. In the meantime, I did talk to Mr. Errol Watts, Commander Watts on the West Demerara area there, and he says, Gildarie, whenever you're ready, this commander here stands ready to talk to you guys on radio. We don't have an issue. We want to bring the people and the police together, and we want to work with the people. And he says, we have to do our job. Do not get angry with us. If we find you that you're lapsing, we're going to have to penalize you. But we want to work with our people. So I want to say good day to Mr. Errol Watts, Commander Errol Watts. In fact, all the commanders, Cross Guyana Police Commanders, Region 4, District 4, and as we go down in all the districts within Guyana, wherever you are, we wish you all the best and make sure that, the people expect lots from you. We know that we don't have all the resources, but we can make it happen. And so wherever you are, whether it's in the St. Cuthbert's Mission, whether you are in the Kaieteur area, whether you are in the Lake Mainstay, Wayaka, Kapoyi area there. I want to say good day all across the Essequibo Coast. Linden, Aichuni, Kwakwani, how you guys doing? All along the east bank of Demerara. If you're sitting in your vehicle right now and you're driving, whether it's in a taxi, a minibus, if you're just a passenger, I want to say good day to you from the folks down at Kaieteur Radio here, and this is the Wake Up Guyana show. We should go straight into the calls. Let's take some calls. 226-7453. Do we have one? Yes, already. Yes, good afternoon, caller. You on the air?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, caller. You on the air?
Yes, Mr. Gildarie here. Since June month, my phone cut off. And they say I have to apply online. What time I do it online? And until now, they can't fix back the phone. I still have all the bill and everything. I do nothing. And until now, the phone can't fix it.
Did you call Did you try what they told you? Where you living?
Borvis, I live in that Borvis at Albion.
At Albion. Albion has been complaining to us about GT&T not doing the stuff in time, and so taking long to look after them. And when you got onto them, what did they say to you?
Well, I call it 26 calling make a GTD in Garrison.
I think, well, then it's about time that you call PUC. Did you try calling PUC?
No, I didn't get number for the PUC.
Yeah, we're getting some cross lines there. I'm not sure why we're getting cross lines.
The congratulations.
One second, sir. 1 second. Call the PUC. I did. I'm not sure why we having cross lines here. In the meantime, I think yesterday we would have talked about some numbers there that you could call. Did you get those numbers at the PUC?
No, I didn't get any number.
Call me after the show here. I'm going to get you a couple of numbers.
So what number to call you at?
Call me 225-8491.
225-8491. Okay, well, thank you.
And yes, thank you very much, dear sir. And that is one of the problems that we have right now. We have the telephone system in a mess. So people calling from Burbies there, cross lines. You could hear all the stuff that's happening. So in the meantime, while we continue to wait on, I'm not sure where Poonam is, maybe caught in the bridge or somewhere. How are you doing, Poonam? Good afternoon. Could you please tell us about the tablet? You would have to no. This is a tablet for the kids who doesn't. This is like for hard families who have several kids. We want to give it to a family as we have it right now. To a family who's hard hit, has several kids, and right away we want to make it a little better. We can't give it to every kid, but at least it's going to be a start. So that's where it is, and it's to help with the Zoom and the Google calls that they would have with the teachers, would have with the student. You must have internet. If you don't have internet, don't ask for it because it needs internet to work for the kids to be able to work with. Hi, good day. I texted to find out about the VAT coming off from the building and the construction materials. They've lowered the tax on it, several items there. So you'd have to check. There with the various hardware stores. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up that, I think it is going to be the official gazette, and read it out to you about what exactly it is that it took off the VATs on, and it is definitely construction materials is one of the things that they would have been looking at. So bear with me as we get at. Um, okay, so the calls, the numbers are coming in right now. Let me see. I think, let me see, those are great prices. Okay, not that. Um, Hi, good afternoon, my brother Pablo and Sleepy Rads. Happy Friday, gentlemen. Why is the curfew extended? I don't understand the logic. Can you shed some light? Stay safe. God bless. I think it was designed. I think it was recognized. Maybe this is an experiment because many countries around the world, what you would have seen is that when they would have put the restriction and then when the numbers went down in terms of the cases and the deaths and so on, they reopened. So the realize is not so much to do with the curfew really. It has to do with the discipline of the people. So if you continue to lock the country down and the economy is not happening, the commerce is not happening. So the best thing to do is push it back a little. Let's experiment a little and see what happens. The only thing that we could do is appeal with the people. You have a choice. You could stay home and be safe with your family, or you could take COVID to them or end up in the hospital. You want something down your throat in terms of the ventilator. Whenever you have the ventilator in your throat and you have to lie on your belly, you know how bad it is? They probably, I think they put you on your belly to lie on and all kind of stuff with that ventilator. They said when you're out of that, it's never ever the same. I had a scare last night. I went home and I was sneezing and things like that. I think it's maybe an allergy or so. I use a lot of vitamin C. In fact, on my desk right now in the studio, I have something that is a mix of ginger and lime and everything. Thank you very much, dear wife. Thank you very much, dear Sabrina, and the kids there. But last night I started sniffling and things like that, and I got very worried because remember I was tested positive for COVID, and it's only in the studio that we really take off our mask. When you're outside or downstairs at the thing, we sanitize this entire area here. We have to do that because it's the only way that we could protect ourselves. But at the end of the day, this fight against the COVID-19, it will have to be a people's fight. It cannot be the government alone fight, closing the borders. And so if we really want to see this country pick up back and do what it has to do, we'd have to ensure that we protect ourselves. Even if you got to tear a jersey, you don't need a mask. Tear a t-shirt or something and wear it, wrap it around your face, soak it in some rum or something, and put it around your face. You must be able to do something that's going to protect yourself if you want to. I'm not sure, but somebody is here. Percy Tivari is telling me here that the VAT is off, but the consumers increase the prices. And it's not the consumers. This would have to be the suppliers. So this is something that we'd have to look at. If it's a hardware store, this thing needs to be brought to the attention of the authorities. If it is that the government is lowering taxes and we have some very hard-hearted, cold-hearted business people in this country. If every way that they could look to shaft the people of Guyana, they do that. We have the supermarkets and so on, and you see some fantastic price. I think eggs, a tray of eggs is about $1,100-$1,200 now. You look at the price of chicken. I think Bounty issued a statement. I think the Poultry Producers Association saying that they're going to have chicken for the Christmas. I'm not sure what kind of Christmas we'll be having because of this COVID-19. Not a lot of shopping because people don't have that kind of money. There's going to be some money circulating because of what government has done. But with the chicken and everything, I'm not sure. There was a drop in the demand for chicken and other things because people simply did not have money to buy. But going forward now, let's see what happens with Christmas. But back to this entire COVID-19 fight here, we have to ensure as a people, it's not the government fight. It has to be our fight. If we don't do any or we don't take the necessary steps, what you're going to find and what we will find is that the airport is not going to be open. Our airport could very well be open to commercial flight within the next week, more than a week and a half or so. And that's good news for this country because things are going to stream along. But what is the impact if our people don't take care? If you're in your minibus and if you're in your car and you allow a passenger to come in without the mask, what do you think that you're doing to the rest of the passengers? Not because of one passenger you endanger the rest of the passenger. You have a responsibility as a driver and as a conductor to make sure that that doesn't happen. And that goes not only for the minibus, it goes for everybody in every house. This is not something that you sit down at a domino table and, yes, man, we in our backyard and it's safe. You take the precaution. You going home to your kids, your wife, your wife, your husband, whatever it is that you're doing, your brothers, sister, everybody there. You have old folks in the home. You have senior citizens there. You're putting them at risk. You're going to end up spending a lot of money because somebody might very well, God forbid, die. And that's how it is. I don't know how to put it in any other language except that. So in the meantime, I want to say a good day to all the folks along the Timeri area, along the highway area there. Many people would have been calling us along the Long Creek, Haruni. Where else do we go there? You have Maduni, the Maduni area, and you go forward to the Arcabra area there as well. So I want to say good day to you all along the highway by the Soesdijk junction there. You guys take care. Do not have too much parties. You got to buy a barbecue, pick up a barbecue, go pick up a beer, go. Do not stand around. Do not do anything that is going to put you at risk here. In the meantime, um, uh, downstairs, I think Poonam is there. Could you need to probably go down. Raj is running down. I think Poonam is here. Um, and I asked her to come up, and I don't know why she's downstairs. Why is Poonam downstairs? I don't know. But in the meantime, we are going to have some songs. Probably, I'm going to ask her to sing some songs. You should hear Poonam sing some of those soft rock and things like that. She does her things, has a very crooning voice. And okay, she's coming? Yes, thank you very much. And so this is the Wake Up Guyana show, and we want to get ready for her. But in the meantime, let me read some messages very, very quickly. And I know what the majority of the messages are that's going to be. Okay. Let me see. I have a special need. Lots of people. I'm the person who asked you with the NIS. Baiju to help me with the NIS. Baiju from Nigan 2016. And this person wants some help. I'm going to ask Mr. Baiju to call 6400. Sorry, this number that I give you. I did call NIS this morning. Somebody said they can't get through to the NIS number. I did call the NIS number, and after one ring, the persons would have answered it. So it says we can't answer it all the time. Keep trying if you don't get through right away. They are going to answer. So the person says yes, and I'm going to try to get you some other numbers. But at 6400, 639, it is working. So you guys need to call them. Call them and make sure that that you raise those issues. So Mr. Baiju, it's 6400, 639. You guys make sure that you do that. Let me see. Good afternoon, Leonard. The coronavirus cases keep increasing every day, and death too, until they look like Christmas in Georgetown. And that is what we're saying. I think I would like to see business that is happening, but at the same time, we gotta temper ourselves a little. Somebody's asking, Jillian is asking to stop in this program. No, we're not stopping the program, Jillian. I'm supposed to go off on a couple days leave, and I'm studying how do we continue it, because I'd have to definitely not be next to a computer and things like that, or next to a microphone. And so, in the meantime, do we have a Poonam outside? Okay. So the lady of the moment is here. Did you walk with a mic or something? We don't have any mic for you. Neither the camera's not working or anything. So she's here. So in the meantime, while Raj is doing the things, Poonam is going to be seated. You want her over there or over there? So you are tuned into the Wake Up Guyana show here on Kaieteur Radio. And this is your host, Leonard Gildarie. We are coming to you live from our Saffron Street studio. This 24 Saffron Street. And also you could get us on 99.1. And where Esquebo and Demerara is, you tuned in, you could get us on those frequencies. If you're up in Berbice, it's 99.5. And of course, if you don't want to do that, you can come on to our Facebook page, Kaieteur Radio on Facebook, or on YouTube, Kaieteur Radio live stream. So the first thing that I want to say, Poonam, you came into our office here. Did you walk with anything to eat to this rat's birthday?
Oh, no, nobody told me.
No, but it is interesting. So he's hooking up Poonam at the moment, and if you would have missed it, there was a virtual concert recently, and That went pretty good. More than 50,000 plus persons there. Poonam is a rising star in Guyana, or has been for the longest while, and has some tunes that I think has become a national anthem here for us on Kaieteur Radio, GUIA, and I think many of you would have heard it. Well, there's a face to it, and that face is here today, no other in the form of Poonam Singh. And she's also, when you talk about being a complete package, it is a complete package of bringing. We would have bought to you Jackie Jacks a couple weeks back, and she would have wowed the folks down in the cultural center there with the inauguration ceremony of President Irfan Ali, and everybody wanted to know this lady that went to the middle of the stage there and literally commanded it. What you have today is somebody else who's also one of the person who've been shining. And we have so many of them in Guyana. We just need to give them an opportunity. And I did tell her for a little while. She said she was busy. Okay. So when you guys ready, you guys tell me, right? So we are going to bring her on. So that's it. So in the meantime, let me just read it by the time she's getting ready, dear. It is, well, many persons who are talking, let me see, concerning the $25,000. I'm one of the persons that didn't get, and my name was on the list. And when the councils reach our home and they show us that they scratch out our name, but the person know they get, and they're living with the parents too. And this is not right. This person need to call me because I'm not sure where you're talking about. I know that it's in Region 9 and Region 1. That this is in Santa Rosa, Maruca. Okay. Santa Rosa and Maruca, I think the officials were in Region 1 recently. I think it was I can't remember who was the minister there. But in Region 9, it was Minister Colin Crowell. And what we would have been told is that every person, every household would have received the 25,000. And this lady here is saying that from Santa Rosa, I'm a resident of Santa Rosa and Maruca, and they wanted to be made known that when the people came and they went to collect the 25,000, they were told they scratched off the name, and they were told that they can't get. So I am going to find out why this is so, or why they did not receive it, and then let's see what happens. I'm going to call this person in a very short while to find out why they didn't get. Because as far as the president is concerned, it's every household in Guyana that is supposed to be getting that. I'm not sure whether that's changed. In fact, to concentrate on this, they have stopped, or they put a pause on the hampers for about 90-something thousand families that is desperately in need of hampers. So right now, I'm going to find out a little more about that. What I do know is that Minister of Public Works, this is Juan Edgel. I want to say good day to Minister Edgel. And what he would have said is that the next phase of the rollout of the $25,000 cash payouts would be coming to the coastlands. So I presume that that's the next phase, because people are desperate here on the coastlands. So are we ready here? Are we ready to bring her on? Right, very good. And so it's not all about us today. So we have Poonam Singh. I understand it's your birthday today too?
No, it's not.
So it's not her birthday. It's Joshua's birthday. I think somebody, she's coming all the way from a place called Canal Number 1 across the river there. I had a house in Parfait, so I know that whole area there. If you live in Parfait, there was a plot of land there that we used to go and pick what you call whitey. I love Canal area there. You see the hardworking farmers. I understand you come from a farming background too.
Yeah, it's so much fun. You get to see like a whole different version of Guyana.
So you go down in the back dam to do your jump
I
on the
used
tractor?
to.
I know it's a beautiful area there. I wish the only thing that stopped me that I had to move from that area there is because of the bridge, though it wasn't working out.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
commuting
about-
is really hard.
Yeah. So we have Poonam, and we really wanted. I've been behind her because we wanted to give our artists in Guyana that little. We have a platform here, and we wanted to give our artists in Guyana, that little showcase. And I know that she's been doing several things. She's not just a singer. I saw you when Yog Mahathir was at GT&T, and Yog says,
Yeah,
"Look,
it's a long time ago.
yeah, it is, and I saw this little a set of young people there that was singing, and Poonam stood up because she was said I can't remember if it was a Brian Adams song or something that she came on and said, "Wow," because I couldn't understand somebody that is that young.
Was it
No,
the audition or was it
I think
like?
was the audition
Oh,
part of
I
it.
think it was Shania Twain. If it's, yeah,
Something, but
yeah,
it was amazing. And then I think you went almost all the way to the finals or the semifinals.
finals,
The
yeah.
finals. But you have never stopped. But there's some other things that I must tell you about Poonam. But one of the things that in a very short while we're going to ask her to sing the national anthem and say the national pledge. But let's put that. Let's put that. We had Raj this morning was singing. Are you a radio host right now, Raj? I cannot. Yesterday I left you here. You were the controls. This morning I saw. I think my other friend Deepak is strumming the guitar, singing a song for George Boyd, serenading him, and there's no cake. I don't understand what is happening, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But Poonam, back to you. It's all about you today. You were one of the stars in the virtual concert that was held, compliments of the Ministry Culture, Youth and Sports, and I think the patron for that would have been the Minister Charles Ramson. What was it like?
I had such like a goosebump kind of moment because, well, the entire show, I didn't get to stay for the entire show because I'm on a medication that makes me very drowsy. So I had to leave like halfway, but I did sign in on live because it was it was online. So I was watching from home, and I just felt so peaceful looking at it, and I felt like we are really one Guyana because we had so many people there. So many singers there that was from different background, different hair color, different beliefs, different philosophies, different everything. And, the fact that we stood on stage and sing together, and even backstage, we were all conversating and, we were keeping our distance, yes. But, we were all talking about how we should all come together because we have a platform as singers to showcase love. And I think we should use our platform in the most positive way, especially when our country is going through so much. I think this is the best time for us to share love and just spew love instead of hate.
And so and that's something that we have to pay attention to. I think the government would have to look at all the available platforms
Yes.
and see how we could get the message out, not only for COVID-19, but so many positive messages that we can get out there. And somebody is describing you as a canal girl and as a songboard. Another one said they did a songboard there. So,
I can't see what there's.
look, yeah, but at the end of the day, look, you not only have been singing, and I know that you were brought out, you even went, I think I was following you, you went into the hinterlands,
Yeah.
I think Region 9 or so thereabouts, in the savannas,
Savannah's, yes, I think it
and
was
you
Region
even made a
7.
video, and
Yeah.
people don't understand. what
Sand
you
Creek, the
Right.
Rupununi, yes.
So when you go, when you're an artist, you look for perfection. You want the proper setting
Yes.
and everything else.
Oh
that
God, you want to hear the experience?
But tell us a little bit of that. Let's hear.
Okay, so when we got there, it was a 2-hour drive from the airport. Well, they have an airport that takes you from Guyana to Brazil, and from that airport, it was a 2-hour drive. We got there. It was the most bumpiest ride ever, but it was fun because I had, people that were supporting me around me, and I'm really enthusiastic when I work. So when we got there, the vehicle, well, it was my producer, his brother-in-law is the one who's supposed to come and pick us up. So there's no light, there's no water, there's no like proper road or anything. We were just like waiting in the bush. And there was like a trench, and we took a boat and we crossed over the trench. The guy that was doing the video, Sajid, he's so down to earth. He took all his expensive cameras with him. We were in the boat. We were scared that it was gonna rain because there's no shed or nothing at all to like cover you. We were standing, mosquitoes, whatever it was eating us out, and we were okay with it because we know at the end of the day we were gonna showcase people that you'll never see on screen. We were gonna showcase a village you will never see on screen, and I am so happy that I am the one, to be able to do that, and I got to do that at the very beginning of my career.
There was a song that came out of that. What was the
Yes,
song?
it's called You Are.
You are, and that,
Yes.
and if you haven't heard it, I think we're gonna have maybe a couple of verses from that. But in the meantime, you know, you talk about the millennium, and I think people really missed out in this country. I think
Yeah.
you would ask if you talk to 10 persons and the ones that have been traveling, have you ever gone to the interior? No. Have you ever gone to Trinidad? Yes. And
Yeah.
so they've missed that. You're in the area, like in the Latham area, you could actually see the mountains.
But if you watched my video, if viewers watch my video, you'll see the mountains, and it kind of look blue, but it's not blue. It's just like how it looks in the morning, like the how the atmosphere is, but it's not blue. I remember it was raining the morning for my video, and I woke up around 4, and I had to do my makeup with my phone light because there's nothing like and I had to do it like somebody else's phone camera. So they don't live in like any kind of, even if you think of Letum, you know, Letum has like hotels and stuff like that. Where I went, there's nothing like that. There's shacks.
How did you bathe?
We bathed outside.
There's a barrel or something.
Yeah, and it was fun though because I feel so humble doing it, and everyone there is exceptionally nice. Like they're so kind, and I just feel so much. I feel really loved. Not only to meet everyone who was there, like everyone treats everyone equally, and that's what I love about everyone in Sand Creek. And you know they were so nice, and I really enjoyed my time there. And I'm glad that I don't care about whatever happened, like the mosquitoes and the darkness and how I had to sleep. At the end of the day, I got to shoot that video, and now it's on YouTube for the whole world to see.
One time I went with a friend in Region 8. There was a place called Currybrong. Currybrong, I think that's you could stand there, look across, and see the Milo Falls.
Wow.
And I don't think people understand the beauty because they hear it is you hear about Kaieteur Falls,
Yeah.
and you could look up and see somewhere there a fall that is coming down, and it is on. The air is different.
That's so
Everything
true.
is different here.
Yeah.
But this is all about you today. Now, Poonam is not just a singer. I know that you're doing something now, but with beauty products.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit. That.
Well, I don't really want to talk about the name of the product as yet because I want to trademark the name. But it is an organic skincare company that I'm working on, and it'll basically be my starting products will be a cleanser, an exfoliator, and a mask. And I'm just going to bring that out to my Guyanese people first, and then I'm going to do it internationally. But I want to bring it to the Guyanese market because I want them to be the first, you know, people to wear my product and use my product. So yeah, and right now I'm at the stage where we're testing the products in the bottles to see what's the chemistry like. And this is a project I've been working for 3 years. I've been doing a lot of like experiences at home, and my grandparents and my mom, she would tell me like if I have a pimple on my face, they would have a bunch of home remedies. So I decided to like pen them down and test it on myself, test it on my friends with different skin texture and different skin type, and I decided to see how it works with them, and that's how I came up with, hey, you know what, I could actually market this product and do something with it. Yeah, so
Talking about home remedies, anything to do with curry powder?
no. Turmeric though.
Turmeric, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that is
Yeah.
But one of the things before we actually come to what I think many people would want to hear is your voice. I read something the other day, and I did tell you that it really touched me.
Yeah.
And I like to hear stories like that. Sometimes I sit here on this radio and I share with them the hardship that I went through.
Yeah.
My little brother, I passed to go to Queen's College. Same year it was the President College opened. My mom says, no. You're gonna have to go stay there. And although we were poor, she had a preference, and we used to come down to the park. We had no lunch. I go to school. We had to walk from the park to Queen's College, and we put it out back.
Wow.
When you see stories like that, I kind of connect. And you did have a story. You talk
Yeah.
about a leaky rope. So here's the story. You have a very pretty girl here, a complete package that sings for Guyana. It's an ambassador for Guyana. But there's a story. What's the story here?
Okay, so when I was a little girl, I probably around, I would say about 8. I grew up in a really small home, and all I knew, like, you know, like little kids these days, they have iPad and all these fancy technology. All I had was just the books I won from getting first place or second place at school, because my mom and dad, they couldn't afford to buy any kind of books, even as a coloring book or something like that. I would have to get first or second in school, and then the teachers would give me that. So that was my toy growing up. And like 3 years ago, this is even while the Guyana song was going on. People would not believe this. I was sleeping with my brother and my sister in one room. Even when I sing the Guyana song, even when I did the Guyana song, I really had I had a hard life growing up, because my parents, my dad especially, when it comes to my career, I had a hard journey, because my dad is really, really strict. He doesn't really like me singing in English. He didn't like me singing in English at first. He wanted me to just focus on my studies, because he thought that I would become wayward, and it's just like a stereotype. And I had to really push. The day that I went to audition for my GT and Jingle song, my dad didn't even know, because when we did ask him, he said no. But my mom, she always wanted to become a nurse, and she had to like catch crab and sell watermelon in front of the cinemas, and she never got to go in. And she said she got a daughter who have the potential, and so she decided to let me go behind his back, because she knew I was doing well in school. So she said, "Don't worry, I'll support you, but you have to continue to do well in school." And I did continue to do well in school. I joined the GT and Jingle and Song competition. I got second runner-up, and I also did my diploma in communication studies during that same period of time when I was 16, 17, around that same age. And I remember after that, my dad, he saw that I was doing well singing-wise, and I was also doing well in my studies. So he was like, "Okay, I'll give you a piece rope and you can go." So then I started singing, and I started to do little gigs, and I started making money. And my sister started to work. She's a physiotherapist. And my little brother, who's 19, he also got a job with my uncle. So we were all working, and we were still living in this house, this very small flat house. If you walk from the front door, you can see the back door. That's how small it was. And this was during this time I sang the Guyana song. It's just that I saved up so much from when I was 16 to when I sang the Guyana song. I did a pageant, and I got first runner-up internationally. So I did all these things, and I accumulated enough money. And me and my sister and my brother and my parents, we came together and built a house that it's the house of my mom's dream, and we live in that house right now. But before, we used to sleep in the same room. I remember my sister and I, we would wake up with water just leaking on us, and we would go into the kitchen, get a pot, and just like put it on the bed and sleep around the pot. Me and my sister, because my brother, he was sleeping on another small bed. But that was my life. That was my lifestyle. And I remember I was ashamed. I'm not gonna lie, I was ashamed, because I'm like, like I was 19. I was really young, and I was like, all my friends have really nice house and really nice things. But I never ever told my parents how I felt, because I knew how hard they were working. Because my dad, he would leave home from 2 a.m. to go to fetch sand, and my mom, she would wake up really early, and she would get all these things done, and for my dad to like cook and everything. And I just look at that, and I was like, oh my god, if they're working so hard just to give us food on the table, then I want to work 10 times harder. And that was my motivation in order to like make my family happy. And now my mom is super happy, and at 25 I just want to accomplish even more just to make them happy, because I remember when I was really small, all the things that they did for me and how they kept me happy. And so yeah, that's my little story. So that's where I am today, and they're my biggest motivation.
Well, ain't that a beautiful story? And we should be proud of these. It's not rags to riches story, but it's motivational stories as far as I'm concerned. And there's some other things, but we're gonna come back to that in a very short while. But I think the people want to hear from you.
Okay.
And the 2 songs,
Okay.
the Guyana. I don't want to say Guyana because it's.
So I'm just gonna sing like a verse and
then there's the other one. I want to hear the Rupununi song too. And then of course, sing a Shania Twain song. You can go ahead and do it.
I need to like find all these songs on my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna sing "You Are" first. This is the song that I did in the Rupununi. Okay, this is the song that I did in the Rupununi, and this is the one, where I had all the kids. And I really want you guys to check out the video. It's on YouTube, and it's such a comforting kind of video. It showcases Sand Creek, like the mountains and the people, and their lifestyle and what they do and how happy they are. So this is the lyrics. Yeah. You know you're on the road, one step closer you go. You know that you're a champion, let them watch you as you glow. No one can stop your pride, all your powers are ignite. Let all your voices fade, now nothing will come in your way. You are a ray of sunshine, everybody wants your sunlight. And you are a magic light bulb, everybody wants your brightness. Dark days will come and go, but you're still burning in the cold. You are your force to reckon with, when you eat you feed your soul. No one can stop your shine, all your powers are ignite. Breathe free, breathe, you're a champion, let them see what's in your blood. You are a ray of sunshine, everybody wants your sunlight. And you are a magic light bulb, everybody wants your brightness. So that's You Are.
But before you go to the next one, how do you make money?
Off of YouTube, off of doing gigs, off of singing for ministry and all these different places. And I'm also the brand ambassador for Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
This internationally and
Yes,
for local.
for the Caribbean. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's how I make money, and they give you like a monthly retention.
No, but that's very good, because you would have heard from time to time artists would have been complaining about people stealing the music. I think
Well,
copyright
in
is a big-
Guyana, that's the bad thing, and now I'm trying to work on my copyright laws for over there. So that's why I want to become an international singer. That way, my work and my hard work, because remember, you may love to sing and love to do all these things, but then you have to pay for studio time, you have to pay for the video, you have to get a lot of financial support, and if you don't have that, it's really hard to become like an international artist or even an artist in Guyana, because money is so important for us, in terms of getting that kind of fabulous production that everyone sees. It's hard work, and you have to save, and we have to work really, really hard for that.
Are we nearer? Have you been paying attention to whether we're having any copyright laws very soon?
I wasn't paying attention, but are we? Or I don't think so.
I think there's something. I'm gonna have to talk to Ruel. Ruel is downstairs with us, and I know that they were working on a couple of things. But maybe there's something, because we really need to protect our people.
Yeah.
And what they have.
But I mean, I feel like it's hard to do that in Guyana, because I feel bad, because when it comes to my Guyanese people, I honestly don't really care about the copyright law. I wouldn't push for it so much, but I know there's so many other Guyanese artists who wouldn't, go internationally. So I care about them also. But I feel like we have so much like poor people here, and I want them to hear my music and not pay for it. Like, I just want to give them my music. But I mean, there's other singers out here, and there's other people who working really hard, and they really depend on that copyright law. So I'll support it because of them. But like, I would not want like a poor person to have to like pay for my music, because I don't know, I wouldn't feel good about it.
Are we gonna see you in? I'm looking at here. You you sing. You're brand ambassador for Haagen-Dazs. Do you write your own music too?
All of my music I write.
You wrote
I've
that.
never sung anybody else's music.
So you're about to have a beauty line, and you perform for government. Are we likely to see you on the international stage? Are you near to that?
Yes, I'm going to be signing a deal with Empire. If anyone check them online, they are verified, and they're really good, because they have like a bunch of artists that I like, and they're an international record label, and they're going to be releasing my next song probably next month. Probably, I'm not too sure, but I'm releasing it through them. So I'm gonna be signed with them, but not. I'm still gonna be like an independent artist, because it's just one song they're gonna release for me, and then we'll see how that goes, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, I just want to accumulate enough income so that I could do what I want to do with my Guyanese people. And one of the things that I like, it's my dream. It's something I want to do. All the time I'm thinking about it, and I just forces me to work even harder, because every day I see somebody new on the street, and it really pains me to see them like that. So I want to get a land in Georgetown and build a foundation. It's just going to be from my heart. So it's nothing, nothing extravagant, but a foundation where I could feed homeless people every single day, and they could just be there and just stay there if they want to. And I'll just call it home, because home is where the heart is.
I kind of like that. And so there's some other things that maybe we could probably hear you. The Guyanese people want to hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to sing the Guyana song.
Right?
The famous Guyana song.
Raj, you know the Guyana song? Okay, good.
Okay. Look down from your window. No big city lights, just greenery. You don't know what you come for. Loosen up, my dear, with such a mind free. Welcome to the land of many faces. Not one, not two, but 6 different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. Guyana. Oh, that's my beautiful country. Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny. Eh, 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 eh. Don't stop for a minute. Come, let me take a walk with Prophetic. You'll see our landmarks and our monuments. They're so unique. The high brick structured lighthouse, the tallest wooden structure cathedral, 176 monuments in the beautiful city hall. You know with the wind in your hair, you're in the right place. Guyana. Oh, that's my beautiful country. Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny.
Very good. I like that. I think somebody said that you're keeping us entertained, and I think that's it.
Yes.
Okay. So,
have me for now, for today.
have you ever tried singing the national anthem?
Yes, I sang the national anthem for the U.S. Embassy on July 4th.
You probably give us a little bit. I know I'm throwing these things at you. But as we have you here, we have Poonam in the house, and if we have her, we got to use her.
Wait, but I don't know like all the words. I know it's so bad. When I was small, we used to sing this all the time in school. And we had to sing all 4 stanzas. It was so good.
I used to get lost in the 3rd stanza.
If I practice it, I'll know it. But I have to stand and sing it though.
Yeah, you can do that. Raj, you gotta.
Wait.
So we have Poonam going to sing there at least a verse or so of the national anthem, which is something very good. You tuned into the Wake Up Guyana show, and we're waking you up today on the Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5, wherever you are. Stand to attention, put your hands across the breast, and that's where it is, because she's going to say the national pledge after this too.
Okay, but I'm sitting, but that's
okay.
Is that bad? Okay, I think that's bad, but I'll try to put my hand down. Okay, guys. I hope with all these songs, related to our beautiful country, I hope you're feeling loved wherever you are, and I hope you're feeling very patriotic today, right? Dear land of Guyana, of rivers and plains made rich by the sunshine and lush by the rains, set gem like and fair between mountains and sea. Your children salute you, dear land of the free, dear land of Guyana. To you will we give a homage, our service each day that we live. God guard you, great mother, and make us to be more worthy of the free.
Very good. You know, Bibi Fazia Jaikaran just said that you give her goosebumps there.
Oh, thank
So
you so
thank you very much,
much.
dear, and all, everybody. Let me tell you that it's alive here. The people are saying that you
I
did
can't see it. I
fantastic.
don't have my glasses.
That's okay. But we
So I
haven't.
can't see what you guys are saying, but thank you so much. I love you guys.
Have you
Always.
have you ever tried
No,
singing?
it's my eyes.
Have you ever tried singing a nursery rhyme?
I used to sing. What do I sing? I used to sing Roly Poly. And there was another one. There were so many when we were really small.
Maybe one of these days we're gonna have her sing. What was the shark song? What was the shark song?
Oh, I have a joke for you guys. So my dad, his name is Sankar, right? And back in school, all my friends and some of my teachers too, they used to tease me and tease like my sister, and they used to sing Sanky Licky Love. I don't know if you guys know that song, and
Yes.
my mom used to hate that song because obviously she's his love, and the song is saying he lashes love on the dam.
Yeah.
So my mom used to be like, "Stop! Don't ever sing that song."
No, but when you would see, like, you would watch the boxing or whatever event it is in the United States, and they would say the national pledge if you're representing it.
Yeah.
Sorry, they sing the national anthem.
Yes.
And it really it tugs at your heart.
Yeah.
And when you see those kind of the voice that's bringing it out, really lifting those words, it gives you another perspective in
Yeah.
life, and I must tell you, we really appreciate you, Poonam, and we really appreciate. In
Thank
fact,
you so
in fact,
much.
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna invite you here. We have a call-in program, and you're gonna
Okay.
get yourself familiar. People like to hear about NIS and things like that. So we're gonna put you. You're gonna take the call, and you gotta solve these problems for these people here. So we're gonna call you. This program here, the Wake Up Guyana show. Somebody says, "Do you know that you have taken over where CN Sharma's left off?" I said, "I don't know
Wow.
that."
Wow.
But that's a very good thing.
That's a good compliment.
It is, but we must tell you that this show here is to educate you, is to bring you, or to bring your awareness to what you should know about your country, about
Yes.
its people, and that's what is important. If we could lift ourselves as a people, we could go so very far in this country.
That
There's
is
so
so
many things.
true.
Oil is not all about it; it's about us. I think our true strength, our true value would be in our appreciation of who we are, having an understanding of that. It's not about the oil, it's not about the gold in the backyard. If we understand
Yes.
the strength that we have, and together, I think we could make it. Poonam, I'm not sure, you want to sing any song, maybe a nursery rhyme, or maybe
I saw
Shania
a
Twain?
comment. Someone said you have a lot of requests. You.
Me? A lot of requests for what?
Like you asking me to sing.
No, but wait a minute. We have Poonam sing in the house, or you have a Shania Twain. You're gonna ask the girl to sing? So we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask
That's too
Poonam,
funny.
right?
Wait, I can't remember. My mind is not there. I'm sure when I get in the vehicle, I'll be like, oh.
You have
I
any
can
song you want to sing for the people of Guyana? Anything that you
I
think?
sang like 3 songs. Guys, I just saw like 3 songs. He's like, do you have any song you
We're
want
not
to
gonna
sing?
harass her. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ask Poonam, because this radio station here is to bring our local artists. So we gotta introduce them to Guyana, talk about the stories. It doesn't matter. Don't be afraid to tell the stories. We want to hear the stories.
Yeah.
We love you for your story, Poonam.
Aw.
We like the fact that you're not saying I come from a very rich family and that is that you're very down to earth.
Yeah.
And I think people will appreciate that. And I think that is where our country, we should not be afraid to say where we came from, where we want to be.
Yeah.
That is the beautiful thing about the story of Guyana, has to be told. I
Yeah.
think people over the period of time be very reserved people. I think people coming out now, social media has lent that kind of strength toward
Yeah,
people.
I mean, social media you can use it in a good way and a bad way, but if the more positive way you use it, the better for you and the better for the people of the world. Because the same medium that you could use to curse someone out or be mean to someone, that same medium you could say you look so beautiful, something that you don't have courage to say in person. You could say it behind the screen, and I think I want to encourage a lot of people for that to be positive. I mean, because at the end of the day, you don't know what somebody's going through right now, and if you could be the reason they're smiling and they're happy, then trust me, that's the best thing you could ever do.
Are you seeing a lot of Poonam Singh coming up in the next couple of years?
Yes.
And
I
you see
just
them around the
I
place.
just want, like, everything that I do, I just want to make the people of my country proud. I know there's a lot of people that just don't like me and they don't even know anything about me. There's so much rumors and stuff about me, but I think that comes with popularity, and that comes with you being in a public forum or a public figure. The public kind of owns you, and it's up to you not to prove to them, but it's up to you to stay true to yourself and keep loving the people that love you, and just be kind to everyone. You know, they say kill them with kindness. I always do that, because at the end of the day, it's what makes me happy. That's what I'm gonna do. And if you want to come on board and be happy with me, then I'm all for it.
But let's all be happy. And just one other question that I may ask before I ask you maybe to say goodbye.
Okay.
There's a
give us
curfew. There's a curfew in place.
Yes.
Has your daddy lifted the curfew on Poonam Singh?
I don't go out.
Mhm.
Like, as weird as it is, like, I had one time in my life when I was 19. I not go out, but I used to go for dinners, and I would meet new people and stuff like that. But I don't go out at all. I'm just at home. I would watch Netflix or try to do as much work as I can from my skincare company, because everyone who I'm working with is in New York. So that was like a throwback for me, because I couldn't get to go there. So I'm actually doing everything online, and yeah, and I'm just like reading a lot of Danielle Steele books. But I'm not, like, I don't think some people consider not going out boring. So I'm kind of boring, because I don't really go out, and I like to be by myself. I actually love to be by myself, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I find when I'm by myself, I don't have bad thoughts about anything or anyone, and I get to focus more on the positive me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Poonam Singh, and let me tell you, she is a complete package. We're very proud of our little ambassador in the room, and she is a good package. When you would have listened to her sing, putting out Guyana out there on the map, and she is going to go internationally. She has promised that, and I'm
Yes.
sure, and we want to wish you all the best, Poonam.
Thank you so much.
And whenever you come back to Guyana, sometime or the other, I may not be here, I might get a little older, just call Gildarie, and Gildarie is going to
What
come
you
out
mean
back
you
on the
wouldn't
radio.
be here?
I'm just kidding. But I'm going to come back, and I would love to host you, to maybe ask you to sing a little nursery
Yeah.
rhyme here and there. We're going to sing Roly Poly or whatever it is, or a Sanko. Like,
Oh,
what's
the
it?
wheels on the bus go rounds and rounds.
You want to sing that
No,
for
but
us?
that's all I know. That's
Yeah,
all I know. The
yeah, yeah.
wheels and the... I'm not singing.
We're going to have, look, Raj, I think this morning. there
Oh,
was a-
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I'm just like, you see, I told you when I'm ready to leave, I'll remember all of them.
You see, this morning they was singing. What was the song? I was singing Bardo Bardo. Somebody boy. I don't know what.
Oh,
was
it's
it.
an Indian song.
It's an India. Yeah,
Yeah, it's an Indian birthday song.
You want to try it, Raj? You could try it. He's all the way from India. You know. He's all the way from
Wait,
India.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can't tell because you're wearing the mask.
Yes, and he comes here the first before anybody comes into the studio. Look, he took off his mask. Okay. So he comes in the studio before anybody else, and he says, I have to start working. Very enthusiastic young man, and so
I
wish,
love singing Indian songs. I actually started singing I was going to Mandir first and singing bhajans, and I remember that's where I started
You
singing.
should not have told me that. No way. I have to ask you first.
Wait, but I don't really know. Oh, there's this one that I really like. It goes
Yeah,
like
please.
this. प्यार बरीचा या मैं भेता मेरा एक एक पल अपना रिश्ता इतना पावन जैसे गंगा जल ये रिश्ता नातुते ये रिश्ता नातुते ये रिश्ता नातुते. It actually means, you probably know what it means because you're Indian.
Raj, before.
Yeah. What does it mean? What does it mean?
What did she say?
Can you
there?
like give us like I know what it means because I sing it all the time.
What did she say? Well, hold on. But let me ask you, Raj, and you don't say anything, Poonam. Do not encourage the boy. When you listen to what she just sang there, and when you compare it to what you know that the people
Oh,
sing
please
over
don't
there,
compare. I'm
Did
an
she do
amateur.
well?
I'm an amateur.
Did she do well?
Try to sing Hindi, how it is so beautiful.
It's he says it's beautiful. If you didn't hear, Rat says that Poonam did beautifully. So I want to say thank you very much, Poonam. We are going to have you back here in our studio, and it has been a pleasure talking to you. We're very proud of you, and of course, I think you've lifted all the people who would have
I'm
been
glad.
tuning in. And let me tell you this: it's not just about who's on Facebook. We have everybody in all three regions.
Yes.
People are in the minibus, in the cars, and there are people who are actually little lying in the bed. I've gotten so many
Yeah.
fans. I think I got so many
I think you
grandmothers.
probably have more fans than I do.
No, 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 no. What I do have is a lot of grandmothers now. I can tell you that. A lot of them call it. So when you coming up to Barbies, somebody called me this morning. I don't know where to find the number from. So you came up to Barbies and you did not come see me.
Oh, they're tracking you down now.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But it is. We're gonna have Poonam back right in the studio. And young lady, I would say young lady, all the best.
Thank you so
We want to
much.
see you do well. And whenever it is that you are on the international stage and we happen to be in the vicinity, could you send me a backstage pass? I'm gonna ask you for that, so we could come
Yeah,
on
of
and
course.
I don't know how to sing, but I could probably try maybe a few stanzas or something. If they throw it to a
I'll
few.
sing I'll sing the national anthem, so
Well,
you
at least I know,
definitely
right,
have
right.
to sing
If they
along.
throw a couple of tomatoes at me, I'm gonna have to take it, but it would be a pleasure. But thank you very much, ma'am. I'm not
Thank
sure if there's anything
you.
you want to say else to the Guyanese people.
I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for all the love and support that you have been giving me from since I was 16 to now. And I just want you guys to continue giving me that support because I get all my positivity and love from you guys. And without you guys, I'm absolutely nothing when it comes to my career because it's you who put me where I am. And I'm just super thankful. And I want you guys to stay safe and positive and peaceful. And most importantly, be happy.
And let me tell you this, she's not only have all the packages there, but she's also eloquent and intelligent. And that's something that is very rare. We would see, and we have a lot of good artists, but it's a good package. It's a good thing to have good ingredients in the entire food that we have there. So I
It
want to
comes
say,
with, I think it comes with always having to do impromptu speeches and debates in high school, and then I did law for 2 years, and I also did my diploma in communication studies. So, I think all those things molded me into become the eloquent person that I am.
so
So I
guys,
have to give credit to those lecturers too.
so guys, if you're gonna trouble Poonam, make sure that you come good.
Oh, yeah, yeah, please.
The girl got standards. So let's get it very, very clear here. So thank you very much, Poonam, and
Thank you
until we
guys so
reach
much for
again,
having me.
we're gonna keep in contact, and I want to hear. We're gonna track your story as we go forward, and of course, whenever you want to whenever you want to tell us how you have signed on to a couple of deals, and of course your records and so on, we're gonna be here to tell that story as well. So thank you very much. We've had Poonam sing in the house, and she would have been singing too. Thank you very much, my dear.
Thank you.
So this is the Wake Up Guyana show, and your host Leonard Gildarie, and I'm gonna probably ask Raj to probably take a picture with me and her, and does it. You can't do that. And so, in the meantime, we have to continue our work. We have the people of Guyana work right now, and we have to make sure that we tell those stories about the people of Guyana. We have been telling Poonam Singh's story, but we are also telling the people of Guyana stories. And so, in a very short while, we do happen to have like about 25 minutes here, and we are going to open those phone lines, the phone lines rather. We want to continue for you to send us those messages to 6222222, and of course to 2267453, 2267453. We are going to open that line in a very short while. When Rat stop, you can't be taking selfie in the studio, Raj. So Raj is taking selfie with Poonam there, and that's okay. I can't come up here, so maybe the young lady would probably have to come here and take. So you could use that phone there, Raj. I'd have to do that because when she becomes an international star, you know what's going to happen. We won't be able to see Poonam again, and then that's going to happen. So it's 2267453622222. I want to say for you to send those messages, and we did tell you that there is a tablet in the house, compliments of Game Express and C Passat Dental Clinic. We want to give it to a very poor family who has need of it for the Zoom classes with the school, and you must have internet. If you don't have internet, don't call. Don't text us. We want to hear those stories, those feel-good stories, or those stories that you're going to tell us about why you need a tablet for your kid. And so it is. So I have to pause it a little. Thank you very much. You want more too? Imagine I'm taking. Thank you very much. So Poonam, take care, my dear. Until then, right? Bye bye. So that has been a wonderful conversation there with my dear Poonam Singh, and she has been entertaining us for the last more than half an hour. She did promise that she would come, and she did come, albeit a little late, and then she blamed that on the Harbour Bridge. And so, in the meantime, let me read a couple of texts by the time Raj is taking his selfies and so on, whatever it is that he's doing. And we are going to bring you some of those questions. Good afternoon. I'd like to get one of the tablets for my children. And so there are many questions. Brother Raj is awake to the very talented and beautiful sister in the land. God bless us. God bless her. Let me see what else is happening. Um, uh, She's wonderful. I enjoy her songs. So lots of kudos coming in. She has real great talent. Tell her for me, Mr. Gildarie, I'm her number one biggest fan. So I don't know, they didn't leave a name there, all the way from New York. Good afternoon, Miss Poonam. You have to start bringing out those Christmas songs. Let me see what else.
You have to tell them to check my YouTube. I do have a Christmas song.
She has a Christmas song coming out. She says,
It's already out. It's been out like 2 years ago.
yes. And so some of families are sending pictures with the kids and so on, and we are going to continue to, a couple of us are going to sit down and we are going to try. And let me tell you, Poonam, as you're here, if you know anybody who wants to donate tablets or laptops, here it is where we're going to do it. Are we trying to do it? Because there's so many, it's 100 something. We can't do it for 100 something thousand, but we could start one house at a time. Maybe you could use your platform. If every house that has Wi-Fi could probably be able to ask them to share with the kids who don't have. It would be a good start. Let us do one house at a time, one community at a time, one street at a time. It is going to help our country, and it starts with us. It doesn't start with the government. That's what we say. So Poonam is going to be helping us with that. And thank you, my dear lady. Have a pleasant rest of the day. So that has been Poonam singing. Yes, thank you. So in the meantime, dear, hope you guys are doing great. I was wondering if there's a price list you could send me for both radio. I'm going to ask the guys down there to send you those pictures here. In the meantime, Raj, do we have a pen? I think there's a pen here. Thank you very much. I am going to 614-23. All right. So I'm reading here. Raj, do we have any callers online? Let's go straight. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Yes. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Leonard.
Yes, it is.
It's you? Am I talking to Leonard?
Yes, yes, you are, ma'am. Go right ahead.
Oh, my God. Well, you had one of the best things in the world with you this afternoon. That little baby Poonam Singh, she is so talented and wonderful. Oh, my God. Can I get a number for her?
I would have to ask her permission.
God,
I'm not
I want to talk to her.
You hear where she come from?
My God, she is so beautiful. Oh my God! Yeah, I know for sure. For sure, you have to do that.
I'm gonna ask her. You're gonna have to call me back. What's the noise?
Yeah. Oh my God. She is one wonderful person.
Yes, she is, and she's very talented there.
Trust me.
We have to be. You know,
I want to talk to her.
we have to treasure all our people that we have in Guyana, especially
Really,
our artists.
really,
They come
really.
few and far in
That's
between.
true. That's for sure. That's for sure. She is such an intelligent child. She's so humble. She's so meek. She's such a she's a paragon of beauty, man.
Yes, she is a pretty girl.
She is. She is. And Leonard, you are doing such a wonderful job. Don't go away. Try to get somebody to understudy you. I don't know who you get.
I don't know if you got somebody sending. I can ask Riaz to probably do it. No, what happened? I have to go in a couple of weeks. I have to. I have a problem with my eyes and so on. I really need to get it fixed. And it is gonna from Monday. I have to do that, but I'd have to figure out a way whether I do it from home or whatever it is.
Dr. Shailen, just agree and go.
Yes, yes. So we're dealing with
He's
that
one of the
right now.
best person, and he's my family too. So
Thank you
go
very
see
much.
him. Yeah.
How are
Thank
you
very
doing,
much,
Mr.
my dear.
Gildarie?
Pretty good. You just missed
I
Poonam.
met her downstairs. She told me she likes Raj.
She likes Raj. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, my lady. So you have any other comments here?
Oh no.
I
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my dear. God bless you. Bye bye.
God bless you.
Yeah, so we did meet with Poonam Singh, and we
I
had
met.
Poonam Singh. We were about to sing nursery rhymes. She couldn't remember anything. What she did remember was Sanko Licky Love Up in the Dam. And she remembered that, and she was thinking about roly poly and things like that. I said, no, 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 I'm not gonna
She
sing.
she didn't say it in exact words, but she looks like she likes Raj. She didn't say the exact words,
I
right?
was
Raj is telling me I'm talking a white lie. So she didn't say it in as like, in that feeling
Raj
right
put
there.
me to shame. The girl sang a bhajan. Was it a
Uh-huh.
bhajan? And the
Uh-huh.
girl says, Raj, I told the girl that Raj comes from India. She said, Raj, what did I just sing there? He says, you sang very beautifully. I don't understand. Could you sing it back?
Well, now Raj was just trying to get her to talk a lot because see what happened. Raj was teaching myself and the listeners Hindi yesterday live on air.
I and they
We
was
had
saying something.
Hindi 401 yesterday for about a good 5 minutes.
Well, let's go right back into the thing because we want to hear who's going to talk Hindi to us there. There's another caller on line. Yes, good afternoon, caller. You on the air? Yes, good afternoon, caller. You on the air?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I call for I guess I understand about some tablet.
No, no, no. You have to text us. There's a text number there, 6222222. We're not taking any calls on that. There is a so
Me not know for text.
you have to get
Me
them.
not have no big phone.
No, you got to get somebody to do it. That's the only way. You don't have to have a fast smartphone. Just a normal phone who could text to that number there, and that's how we can do it. We want to hear why we should give it to you. It is for a poor family who has access to internet and want the kid to continue the schooling via Zoom or something. You must have internet. All right?
Yes.
All right, do that. 6222222 is the number that you would want to text. So 6222222. Okay? Thank you very much, Zir. So there is, you're tuned into the Wake Up Guyana show here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5. I want to say good day to the people down in Berbice. How are you doing? In Demerara and in Essequibo. And of course, wherever you're joining us, everybody like Poonam there. Raj lost. The people said Raj lost. I don't know what they mean by that. But I think everybody...
He lost in beautifully
everybody,
well.
it is good. We should treasure our people who have been contributing in so many ways, music, whichever way, whether you play the guitar or so, we should have them here. And you know what we have to do, Riaz? We have to start bringing these artists here.
I agree.
The Brads are one of them. Let them start coming here. Let us start showcasing them because a lot of people they see them in concerts. What if you have an up close personal with them and let them bring if they're good at the instruments and so on. Bring them. Let us have them sing. Let us have them play their instruments because that's the way the people have
expose the talent.
We have a lot
as
of
it
good
is.
talent here.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Fantastic people.
I agree. There's no doubt about that. I agree that we have a bunch of talent in Guyana. It's just a matter of giving the right exposure. And I would also like to make a call on the artists at the same time as we talk about that. If you have your stuff, don't think that the announcers and the DJs and the entertainers will always find it. Reach out to everyone in the different field. It's a matter now that, hey, I've given Gildarie, I've given Raj, I've given Riaz my song. If they play it, well, it's up to them. But at the end of the day, I've given them because that has been an issue with a lot of the local artists and not hitting at them. You have great talent, just find us, get your music out to us. Get your music to us, so we'll be able to give you that airplay and give you some more publicity at no cost, right? Because we all want to promote your talent as well in Guyana.
Thank you very much, there. And so you're tuned into the Wake Up Guyana show. Your host, Leonard Gildarie, and keeping us company here is W.R. Riaz. There's a call online. Let's go back and hear our people. What's bothering you today? You
Hi,
on
good
to
afternoon, Mr.
the,
Gildarie.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I like the ideal what is signed.
Yes, you like it?
Yeah, I like that. And it's the next thing. Those people when the PNC been in, they're not squat. They're not do nothing. They're not pipe house flat. And these people come from Venezuela. They must come and they want the government 33 years she live 30 years she live in Venezuela. And she want to come out and she not pay a cent tax to this country. The people who pay tax in this country and stay in this country and not run no way for betterment. They must get the benefit and they must fight for, they must get water and they must get electricity. What happened with people who live in this country who pay tax? They get away from this country. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And they go and they have come now and they want benefit. I tell you, yes, you can get benefit, but we have to take care of the people who live here and work and pay them tax. And then my next thing again, this man in Duncan, why them pick and put them in the, what you call this thing, the Isle thing?
Yes, the local content advisory body.
I think they should get rid of he. He was citing the PNC. Now you pick him to put it there. He want to call strike. Why you never call strike from the PNC? Let me tell you something. Me up front.
No, is it Duncan or is it Yard?
Yeah, Patrick Yard.
Patrick Yard.
You know, me I said this thing clear, right? That these people, they enter to make any kind of trouble because them can never show progress where they live or where they don't live. Because Indian people will squeeze if they got $2 of work. They're going to put 150 cents for one side and they're going to spend 150. And these people are here to get a cup knocked up. The Ghanaians put out all the money next day and they're like fish water. I'm telling you, this are the way them are living in this country. Me 66 years, brother. And I've been around with these people and friends and all that thing. And after I see certain things, I just pull out. I tell you the honest truth. I pull out for many years. You understand me? And they're still living the same way. Why PNC been there in Africa for house and got broke down and got squat and do all that thing this? Because PPP government for me. They want to do all these things. They want money now. They want. I tell you something. Don't give them nothing.
No, they has to look. I'm gonna address this issue after you come up here. But
hold on.
Go ahead.
You daddy guys and the people have won the land for plantain back. The estate are open. Right? The government got to do what you got to do for get house at 50,000 house at 10 each year. For the 5 years it got to be 50. Let them understand, man. No, they don't want to understand. They want to create a havoc. You look at the people who create the havoc. You look at the people in this country who create this thing. I want to end there between them. I talk you nonsense. You just sick me.
All right, I hear you, brother. Thank you very much. Right? Any other issues?
Huh?
Any other issues?
Yeah, the water still,
Where is this?
Today we CI, man.
I did send, thank you for raising that issue. This morning I did send to Minister Susan Rodriguez the issue at CI, and I think some people would have been complaining there also. But Tushen, I did send both issues to, I did send both issues to the minister, and the minister says that she's going to look into it. It might not happen overnight, but she says she's going to look into it.
Let me tell you now. We had a leak right economy. One guy come, he take up each other and he walk. You got get lines, man. The man want to repair the main line. This time, the connection, the thing. A couple of long after them come. Certain people, some of them want dismiss or put strict measure on them. Let them do their work body. It's just the kind of way, or me believe this water story. It's like a political thing. Since the government going. I'm going to get water. And so the water thing. They're like I'm trying to do all kind of thing all about where I'm work. You understand what I'm saying?
Got you very clear. And these are issues that you got to raise with these companies. The same way you call us, call GWI and hard the tracks up. You got to open your mouth.
Watch. Me call a number one me skip on me bill. Call head office in Jarrison at GWI, right? The secretary said, I want to speak to Mr. Sheikh Baksh. He said, Mr. Sheikh Baksh is in a meeting. And he go give me a phone number and so. And I'm going to get her, make it on next meeting. That's since the week, I called last year. Up to now, nobody in a call.
Man, me just call for ministers and they don't call me back. So what's the big issue?
No.
I'm just kidding you. I understand what you're saying. But it is, look, we got to keep it. We cannot just use one example and say that that's the case. So, sometimes it takes time, but there's another issue here. We got to find different ways of doing different things. There's letters to the editors. There's different ways you could write letters to ministers. There's plenty of things that you could do. I keep saying that to you.
People are surrounded like on dummy.
No, we got to do that because people wake up. The ministers pay very close attention to what's happening.
Here is speak. When we used to pay $9,000 something for water, and raised to 13 something, we don't get treatment water. They cut off and then answer, and they fund and drain away right to CI at the seawall side. Okay. I recall, and I will get Mr. Check back. He was one of the man at that time in charge. And get him, and you know what the man said? He go talk to him, and when we go for pay, for 3 years we not pay, because we was paid 13 we not get treatment water. So then use your money and discount for the 3 years. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How come now me call and the secretary say, give me a number, and I go talk to him. You know, listen to me. You got to understand that people got problem. You got to come out. You can't sit in your office, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come out and come to the area, meet the people, ask them what the problem. And I mean, you're not going to solve all the problem. You may solve one or two. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you very much. And so we're going to do that, right? So thank you very much for that, my brother.
Bye.
God bless you. So all the way from CI there, this is, I want to say good day to the folks down there. And you are tuned into the Wake Up Guyana Show, 226-7453. You could also send us those texts to 62222. Very quickly, let me see if I could read some texts that we have here. I had the opportunity to witness the police investigate a man for buying a stolen cow on the west side a few months ago when there were a lot of cattle rustling going on. The police asked the individual a few questions. Where did you buy the cow from? And arrest the man up the road. Where's the receipt? Answer. Is a flat-foot Rastaman, so you give me none. Does the cow have a brand? No. The police told the individual, okay, we're going to come back later. Waiting to see the police up to this day. So what they're saying is that the police is a bunch of jokers. Mr. Errol Watts, how are you doing there, sir? A good day. Mr. Watts says he's going to be talking to me in a very short while. He's willing to come on radio here. I understand you're doing a fantastic job over there. And you said that it's not over yet, but you want to make sure that you do it according to the law, and there will be no holes barred, and there will be no sacred cows there when you're doing your work. And I like that. I like those kind of language. So let's see what happens. And you know that when the policemen... Oh, by the way, Mr. Watts, the people across the harbor bridge are saying that the police keep stopping and gaffing people across the bridge. So you do a 2-lane in the afternoon, then the police hold up the entire traffic because they're gaffing one of the spars, one of the partners across the bridge on the west side. So you got to make sure that the police know that they can't do anything to hold up the traffic. That is going to be counterproductive to the entire effort to pull out the stops to make the traffic faster. You can't have the police stop in and say, "Oh, you doing, Riaz? How you doing? What are you doing this weekend? You going to the barbecue?" I'm not sure what it is that they're doing, but we have to be very careful of that. I think that story sounds too awfully familiar, dear. Let me see what happens. So we go back. Let me take some calls very quickly. Good afternoon, caller, you on the air? Yes, good afternoon, caller, you on the air?
I'm on the air, Mr. Gildarie.
Yes, it is. You're on the air. Go right ahead.
Sorry. I'm speaking about this guys that they don't want the PPP government. And when the PPP government they will apply for help, right? You must watch and see the guys who really line up. These things are really things. They don't want the government, and then they're lining up.
Well, you know, let me don't even go there. This country here, 217,000 persons voted for the opposition, 233,000 for the PPP's for the PPPC party. Now, here the issue is, at the end of the day, Irfan Ali is the president for all Guyana. So I don't even want to go there. That's something I understand. I understand what you're saying.
I love him. He's a good guy. His father taught me in school. And he's very educated. I know he can bring this country good. But I'm just saying that these guys don't want this government. And then you will see them.
I know. At the end of the day, it can be once. But I understand what you're saying there very, very clearly. But we got to take it from the other side.
Yeah, I know. But it's not something publicized.
Right.
I want to tell you because I did them move wrong. So it is no go on. So I'll tell you. So I tell you about GT&T.
Yes.
Why GT&T? The government can't get out GT&T.
Because there's a process. There's like the agreement that we have with Exxon. You see, when you sign agreement, let me explain to you. When you put a government and you put officials in there to represent your interests, you have to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing for the people, it has to be in their interests. So you have lawyers and everybody on your side representing you, and you go bring a deal like that. When you see GT&T and we stuck with a deal, we have a deal with GT&T. We just can't send them on the way. It has repercussions. It means
let me say
we could be sued for it. We could be sued for it. The country could be sued for it in the international court. So you got to be careful. You can't just say get the hell out of the country like that. There's ways you have to engage them. You got to say, look, if we come out of here, if we put you out here, there's a license that give them landline. We signed a deal with GT&T since in the 90s for them to have only company in Guyana to do landlines. That's what we did with them.
But, Mr. Gildarie, let me say that we got Chinese, we got all Portuguese in our race in this country. We bring white people for damages, man. Let them get out of this place, man. The white people are very dangerous into this country.
Well, let's see. I think it's not so much. We come back and we blame the contractors. You know who we got to blame? It's not the contractors. The contractors will do the wickedness that they're doing. It's the engineers and the people who sit down in the ministry evaluating those projects decide, let me don't give it to Riaz or let me don't give it to Raj. Let me give it to this other man because he paid me a piece of money. And so sometimes it's not the white people that is going to be at fault. They will do what they have to do. We're the ones that have to be blamed for allowing them to do what they're doing.
Now, let me say this one. When you just put in tap up in your phone, your cell phone, and they send a message that tap up now or you'll be disconnected. Some illiterate people now also forget tap up. Now, I make an objection about it. And from then, the message not come no more. Right. Now, that's robbery.
It is robbery. But we need company. I think it's a foregone conclusion that GT&T needs urgent competition, needs it very, very urgently. Very urgently, yesterday. And I thank you for those points, sir.
Yeah, and let me say that I got an old car. I'm not working. And I renting this car to you. You should pay me?
Well, if I agree to take the car from you, and you agree to take some money from me, I have to pay you.
Well, then this is bully, because I call in them on the 29th of July that my phone is not working. I call them. They come, they tell me that I got a cable problem, that it will take 2 months. All right. I still insist I call a different number, 0907. And 2 guys came, and they came right into the small box where this phone connect to. And this phone start operate again. And I had to pay the fix for the 2 months. Do you think that is fair, man?
No, but you see, that's the issue that we have here. When we have more competition, the nonsense what they're doing right now, it's all going to stop.
You see, Ramatari is the man who going to sign the big contract and give them.
Well, we have to look at these things.
20 years contract to go give a man one time, man. Give you 5 years, if you do go give you 5, just like the president. If you do good, you go serve another 5 years. If you do bad, you out. You understand?
Yes.
I mean, you just talking the same thing. And I disagree with you.
No, you have to. If they hear, listen, in America, a wife is a Democrat and the husband is a Republican. They stand up in one line and they vote differently. That's democracy at work. We should be able to do that.
Yeah, but so let me tell you something. I was really get robbed in this country from GT.
We got the match from left, right, center, behind, all on top. I don't know how to put it.
You have to pay this fix. You have to pay this fix and your phone now work, man. And they tell you 2 months and a man can fix them right at the little box.
I hear you very, very clear there, sir. Thank you very much. Yes. It's not incompetence, man. It's not incompetence. It's disrespectful.
He didn't even visit the house. He didn't even tell me what going on. When I call him, they tell me he got cable problem. That 2 months he got it.
But hold on. If you think this bad, every week, every single day I sit down, I cuss in GT&T. Guess what? Not one day that these people pick up the phone and say, Gildarie, I think you're being very unfair to GT&T. And you know when you take that kind of attitude, what it tells me, what it tells the Guyanese people?
Concern.
You don't care. You don't give a damn. That's what it says.
Yeah, they don't care a damn.
Right.
I think they should give GT and Digicel a chance. And let me get them out.
Well, they get a chance. You see somebody bring internet, e-networks. A good day to Mr. Vishnu Prasad. How are you doing, sir? And these guys have bought internet here. And it is going to do, it's a very lovely piece of service that they're giving there. But thank you very much, sir.
Yes, thank you very much to me, brother.
God bless you. So we down to almost program time, unfortunately, and it has been a very entertaining afternoon. And let's come back to the elephant in the room. I'm going off on leave next week. I have some decisions to make. What do we do with the Wake Up Guyana show? I have to be away for 3 weeks.
Why 3 weeks?
I have to because to medical issues and so on.
Can we see the medical?
You want to see the medical?
Mr. Glenn Lal, can you request the medical from Gildarie?
Yes. It has been given by an accredited university, and whatever it is you want to say there, so I'm not sure. There's a doctor, and the doctor is in Kaieteur that gave it to me. I can tell you that. So let us make that very clear. So this has been, it's Friday, October the 2nd, and the big story is Trump and the First Lady of the United States tested positive for the COVID-19. They are locked down at the moment. I'm not sure how this is going to see playing out in another debate. What I could tell you is that hopefully I would like to see another shot up passing there, but let's see what happens. Amazon, 19,000 workers. We have 2 more deaths in Guyana right now as of yesterday. So let's be very careful how we're doing it. Big story is that Exxon immediately gave $1 billion out in contracts as soon as it got approval for the Payara, the 3rd phase development in its offshore block there in Stabroek area there, offshore Guyana, about 100 miles from Demerara there. So I want to say good day to whoever would have joined us right across this beautiful country, whether you're in Berbice, in Demerara, Essequibo, and of course, all across the United States, Canada, Europe, the Caribbean here, and our neighbors, Trinidad, Suriname, Brazil. Suriname, Cayenne, how you doing? So we are going to try to be talking over the weekend here. I'm going to have to make some decisions about Monday. What do we do with the Monday Wake Up Guyana show? But in the meantime, regardless what happens, know that Gildarie is going to be back. And we are going to not go away from the Wake Up Guyana show. I want to say thank you very much to Raj. Thank you very much, W.R. Riaz. Happy birthday to Joshua Van Slykeman. We're still awaiting the cake that has been promised to us. We have not seen anything. And of course,
where is he though?
I'm not sure, but I want to say also thank you very much to Poonam Singh, who's been in the studio, uplifted our souls today, uplifted our spirits today with her renditions, various songs. And of course, we missed out there from the children's songs there that she would have been able to sing for us. She can't remember some of them except Sanko. In the meantime, good day. Have a pleasant rest of the weekend. Stay safe.
COVID-19 tips sponsored by Dex Soap. 1. Practice social distancing. 2. Wear your mask when leaving the house. 3. Wash your hands regularly for 20 seconds using our Dex Soap. 4. Cover your nose and mouth with a disposable tissue or flex elbow when you cough or sneeze. Choose Dex Soap for that extra cleanliness. Dex Soap is affordable and available nationwide.
Kaieteur Radio.
Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur